Got a couple of electrics in the shop today, and I just want to cover the basics of how to adjust the string height and the intonation, since they all kind of function in the same way. I'm Dave with Stringing Together, and let's dive in. So if you're new to guitar repair or just trying to set up your own guitar, you might be a little bit intimidated by how many different screws there are and what you would even use to turn that, but they're all pretty basic and they're all pretty much the same. So let's take a closer look here at this particular one, and then I'm going to cover a few different styles. So just to keep things real simple, I'm just going to give you some broad categories. So there's tremolo bridges, which allow you to use a whammy bar, and there's a couple different types. This one has screws mounting all the way across, and then there's something like this, which came out of an 80s Strat, which has 2 points in which it's floating on, and it's sort of more suspended, so you can go one way or the other way. And then there's ones that are fixed, so they have a screw here and here and here and here, okay, where you can't use the whammy bar. Okay, so for right now, you can just pretty much ignore the screws that mount to the body, because you're not typically going to have to adjust those. Like on say a Fender Stratocaster, you can adjust them up and down, but you typically wouldn't have to do that. Mostly you can just adjust this individual string height. So in this case, it's just 2 set screws. Now a set screw is just has a female hex key, and those are pretty easy to find, except I can't find mine. I remembered that I had to fix the chair last night with my hex keys. So if you have a set something like this, you'll typically have a bunch of these small ones. This one's nice because it's metric and imperial, and depending on your guitar, it could be either. Ibanez is going to be metric because it's Japanese, but you can also just go down to the hardware store and buy individual hex keys typically. But you're going to find the one that fits. Make sure it's a snug fit, because you really don't want to strip those or lose them. So all you have to do to adjust it is put your Allen key or your hex key in there, and if you want to raise it up, you turn it to the right. But you have to make sure that you're doing the same amount of turn on both sides, assuming that these screws are set up. Now I'll get a closer look and show you what I mean. So as you can see in this case, there's 2 screws, and when you adjust it down, turn it to the right, it goes down, and when you adjust the other one, it also goes down. You want to make sure that they're both touching, so you can kind of, if they're both touching already, just make sure you're doing the same amount of turn on each one, and if they're not, just get your eye down there and make sure that both of those set screws are touching the bottom part of the bridge. And the Strat bridge is pretty much the same, except it's imperial. Now the only thing you have to keep in mind is when you're adjusting the string height, you don't want a string that's, popping up above the rest. You want to make sure that for your playing, that the strings follow the curve of the fingerboard. So obviously the frets are radius, the fingerboard is radiused, so you want the strings to gently follow that radius, and you'll feel it if you have a string that's popping up, especially if you're doing a lot of metal and sweep picking. You can hit that extra string, it doesn't feel very good, so you don't want to do that. So if you find that you have to raise an individual string up quite a bit more than the others just in order to deal with fret buzz, then you're most likely going to have to deal with the frets, which if you want to get into setting up your own guitars and get that perfect setup, then you're going to need to learn how to do that. And I've got a course that will get you set up with that in a very beginner-friendly way. It's called Foolproof Fretwork, and that'll teach you how to assess your frets, seat them properly, glue them if you need to, and level and crown them. So you can download that in the description below, put in your email, and it's yours. Now let's get back to the next thing, which is the intonation. So in this case, you just have some regular Phillips screws which attach into these individual saddles, and that moves them back and forth. As you can probably see, when you tighten it, it's going to go this way. If you loosen it, it's going to go this way. The spring pushes it this way. Now, I won't get into the full spectrum of intonation just to keep it simple, but the good thing about the electric is you can always go back, so there's no harm in just playing around with it. Basically, to put it simply, if you tune your string open and then you very gently press the 12th fret and it sounds high, that means you have to pull this back. You have to lengthen the string, so therefore you have to tighten this. So very easy to do. You can put a cloth down to protect your guitar. This is actually too loose, so I'm going to have to use a different screwdriver. So you want to find one that fits really nice and tight in there. You don't want to strip those screws. And then you can just tighten it to bring it back, therefore making it less sharp, or you loosen it to bring it this way, and therefore fixing if it's flat. Pretty simple. So here's the typical Strat bridge, which is almost exactly the same as the Ibanez. You've got the 2 set screws for the string height, and then you've got the regular Phillips screw that'll move that saddle back and forth for the intonation. So next I'll show you a Tele style bridge. There's going to be slight variations with other bridges and saddles, but they're all pretty much similar. There's always a string height adjustment and an intonation adjustment. Now on the Tele it's a little bit different and you might be a little bit confused about it. So that's why I wanted to pull this one out. Is you have your string height, but it's on one bar for 2 strings. So the saddle covers 2 strings. Now you can raise it with the slot head screw for each string, and that sort of moves the bar this way or this way. That's pretty much it. And then for this, you can only adjust it once for 2 strings. Now you might think, well, how does that work? Well, that's why you have this funky angle here, because that's what's called a compensation. So since this string is thicker than this string, to put it really simply, the vibration, where this starts vibrating, is a hair farther out than this. If you imagine like flopping around a piece of paper versus flopping around a piece of cardboard, it starts vibrating at a different point. So that's why it has to go back slightly. So just to give you a quick visual on why compensation makes sense, is if you have a piece of paper that's, say, folded in half once, it starts vibrating right about here. You have a piece of paper that you fold in half 4 times, it starts flopping right about here. So that's why you have to compensate your saddle, is because it's all about the length of the vibration is what makes it lower or higher. So hope that makes sense, and hope you found this helpful. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and go down to the description below to download Foolproof Fretwork. You can dive into that course, and I'll be on the forum to answer questions. So I'll see you in there, and I'll see you next week.